I'm Nirmalya. So I want to introduce to you the course Cassandra. It's divided into two parts, level 1 and level 2. Let's actually talk about level 1. Cassandra is actually a NoSQL, which is obviously in the realms of big data. Now let's actually first take a step back and figure out why did we need Cassandra, right? Why was Cassandra created to begin with? So if you look at it, historically, whenever any application required to save data, right, the only one name that came to our minds was SQL, right? We have plenty of options. We have Oracle, we have SQL Server, we have open source MySQL, Postgres, and the list goes on and on and on. So why would anybody think of something outside of RDBMS, especially into NoSQL? The reason is actually quite simple. In the last decade or so, the computing and the data created by the applications, which could be social or even business applications, became so large that the RDBMS started becoming a bottleneck, both in terms of data storage capacity, data retrieval capacity, and performance in general. Furthermore, all the enterprises today are very global, so they don't have a single place for storing the data. So you need a scenario whereby you want your database to be globally replicable, right? And RDBMS was classically not designed for it. And finally, we are currently looking at a paradigm shift whereby enterprises are looking at a horizontally elastic model rather than a vertically elastic model. In other words, gone are the days where we used to have a single large machine. So today we want our backend to comprise of multiple smaller machines. Cassandra is absolutely smack bam right in the middle of this capability. So it's a masterless architecture. It can have region 1, it can have, or we call it data center 1, you can have data center 2, seamless application from one data center to the other. And in case one data center were to go down, the second data center automatically, right, takes the load. Right. There are many other capabilities that Cassandra currently offers, which is really awesome from a contemporary application perspective. So coming to the course outline, so what we are going to talk about is Cassandra. How is it exactly different than an RDBMS? So we talk about all of those things like seed node, things about replication, things like what a replication factor is, how do you set up snitch, what are the different ways in which you can actually achieve consistency. There is a concept called as consistency level. All of these aspects is something that we talk about. Other part is we also get into the internals of Cassandra. So we get into a lot of details of read path, write path, and the on disk format, how Cassandra stores data on the disk. So we get into details of SS tables, the different kind of indexing and things like that. And finally, we finish up the course with a modeling exercise. So how do we take a NoSQL such as Cassandra and create different models? So we have about a dozen use cases that we discuss. Take this particular use case and we actually create a model and we create those kind of tables and whatever necessary on our local installations. As part of this, we also offer an exposure to setting up Cassandra on the cloud. So we take either Google Cloud or AWS, whatever the case might be, and we deploy a multi-node Cassandra installation on the cloud. And we start simulating failures by manually bringing down a node and see how it actually performs. Finally, I've also downloaded the Cassandra source code and I've built that using Eclipse on my local laptop. So as we proceed in the course, I also walk you through some of the very interesting classes that you might be interested in. So if you're excited about Cassandra, this is the course for you.